scoring with FPS System, and I am going to talk about the contact summary screen today, overview on how it's used and how to customize the particular templates. What it's used for is if you're going to contact someone or you receive a phone call from a client and you want to have all this information in front of you, like his spouse's name, his children's name, birthdays, financial information. It's all right there in front of you. So to get there, you click Contacts. And right now on business cards, see that has some information, but it might not be enough. So then you would click Summary, and now you're on the Contact Summary screen. And this particular template has quite a bit of information on it. You see all of his basic contact information: his name, his age, birthday, spouse name, pictures, type of contact, his home address, and you notice the green, that's his preferred address when mailing things. Inside the contact screen you have a way of selecting which preferred address to use for mailing. Same thing with email. If you see an email address and it's in green, you know that's his preferred email. You still have all of his children information at the bottom, his profiles, his meeting codes. You also have a financial summary in front of you. You can open up individual sections, look at them. You also have his income, his insurance. So it's a pretty big overview of this particular client. And then you have several actions available for you with this client. You can have the computer digital dial him for you, so you can have an email sent to him for his preferred homework. You can send a mail merge, write him a letter real quickly using a predefined template there. You can print an envelope, you can print a label, auto refresh. Every time you return to the screen is refreshed. You can leave that on or off. I prefer to leave it on. Refresh is a manual refresh. You can create a new contact from this screen. You can edit this particular contact from this screen. Any modifications you do to the screen, let's say you adjust it slightly. Besides, let's say you want that picture a little bit bigger. Some of these things, since I'm in reduced mode for this video, they're not available to me. I can't resize certain aspects of it, but some things I can. So I want that a little bit wider there. So in other words, once you've made some changes, you can just click Save and give it your new name, AAA. Save. Well, let's say you want to go beyond just the basic resizing of sections and then clicking Save. You can also customize the view completely. In other words, rename some of these sections, hide certain fields you don't want to see. And the way to do that is by right-clicking and Customize Layout, or going up to the main menu and clicking Customize there. Either way will work. And when you click Customize, a window will pop up that lists all the items you can do. So we bring up the customization box, and you'll know you're in customization mode because the background here is grayed out somewhat, and this little window pops open that shows our customization options. Inside here you can load other templates, just like the main open button up here at the top, and bring in templates that you want to see. You can also save at any point the layout just by clicking this, and you have undo and redo features. In this tab section you have hidden items. These are all the items that are currently not being displayed in this particular template, but they're available for you just by clicking them and dragging them into this view. So let's drag this in there and see what it does. And spouse Social Security is drug in there with no problem. You also have a layout view which shows everything in this current template that's over here on the right, but it's laid out in a tree view so that you can quickly find things if you're ever lost. See, the splitter is highlighted, name on reports, you click it, it's highlighted, etc. So let's just move this over to the bottom here out of the way, because most of your editing will be done on this particular gray area. We have three main items in a template. First, we have individual items. So wages is an item, dividends is an item. The next major item or feature is a group, which is a box around individual items. This is the contact group. And then the next item are these tabs. And tabs hold groups or items inside of them. So all these features are editable by you. It's like an individual item. You can right click and bring up a menu and do all these different things. First, let's show you how to move this item. So click on it and drag it, and you'll notice this black line that keeps moving around. It tells you where it's going to drop it if you release the left mouse button. So if I drop it there, it realigns there. Or I can move it down here and take it outside the group, just like I just did, or put it back in the group of contact. I can even move it outside of its group and over into a different tab. I can move it over here and drop it. Now his occupation is located over here instead of over here. I can take his individual item and actually move it into another tab, back to the main screen, and drop it. Let's drop his occupation right there. Let's say I want it there. We can also right click and rename it. Oops, I'm on the wrong item now. Rename occupation to job. And so now we have renamed it. Let's go back to this screen, to this section. We can take individual items. Let's take all these items now. Let me show you something. Let's take a group. We can rename it. We can rename it just like we did the other individual item. My contact, and hit enter key, and it's renamed. We can do some really fun things too. We can take a group and change it into a tab just by taking and dragging it right into the tab section. Now that group that was here, contact, is now my tab, my contact tab. We can also do other things. We can take this tab and move it into another tab area. Drag it over here, release it. Now it's part of this group, or this tab group. Basically, that's all tabs are. They're just different types of groups. Instead of being a box, now they're a tab, but they're groups. Okay, so now when we want this tab to go back to being a group again, we can take it, start dragging it, take it back to where it was. Let's say financial summary. Under that income section right here, see my black line, I release it, and all of a sudden now it's a group again. So groups can become tabs, tabs can become groups, and individual items can become groups. Let's take a couple items. By holding the control key, you can select multiple items, then right click and we can group those. And now that's a group inside the spouse group, and I can rename this subgroup spouse, just for demonstration purposes. And everything that I did before I can do with this particular group. I can make a tab out of it, and guess what? All those items are in there. Some of the other items available off the pop-up menu, we covered rename. We can hide the text, which basically takes the label away. So when we went back to live mode, let's do that real quick. It would look like this with no label next to it. Let's go back to customize, bring that on, and show the text, and now you have the label again. So that's one additional thing. You can hide the text. You can change the text position. Let's say you want it on the right, and that's where the label now is, on the right. And let's put it back to the left. You can put it on top or bottom also, obviously. If you want to completely take it out of the view, you can hide it, and it's no longer in the view. So now the item is hidden. The hidden items go over to this window under the Hidden Items tab, and you can bring them back in by dragging them back into the view. And that item I hid was employer spouse, so if I grab it and then drag it back into our view, it is back. The section to the right of the customization window allows you to fine-tune, actually set numbers to padding and cell widths, etc. If you really want to get to a lower level of control, you can adjust those settings there. When you're all done customizing, getting it the way you want, click Save here and save it under a name that you would like AAA. Let's replace that. You can also just click the red X and all your changes will reflect right currently here, and you can click Save on this screen and save it under a name too. BBB and enter. Just one thing to remember about customization. It doesn't remind you that this has been modified. Like, see, right now I'm moving, I'm changing, I'm actually modifying this template. So if I opened another template right now, let's say this particular template, and then went back to the BBB template, you notice my changes that I had made are gone again, because everything that you do, you need to save. If you want it to be available next time you load that template. Any changes you make here and you close the program, they're automatically wrote to the registry, so they're kind of saved that way, but they're not permanently saved. So I would get in the habit of saving them to file, to disk I should say. And that pretty much covers customizing the contact summary screen. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.